Okay, here we go with assignment 9.2. So wrapping up what we talked about in the last video, we talked about arithmetic sequences, which is sequences in which you add to get to the next number. Okay, so you add the same number and over and over and over. A geometric sequence, what we're talking about in this video right here, is one where you multiply to get to the next number. So instead of like plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, it'll be times 3, times 3, times 3, or something like that. And so that's what a geometric sequence is. So if you multiply to get to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. All right. So drawing comparisons between the arithmetic and the geometric, the arithmetic, we had this common difference. Okay, so what number do you add to get to the next, to the next, to the next? In a geometric, we will have a common ratio, which again, very similarly, instead of adding to get to the next, what number do you multiply to get to the next, to the next, to the next? And so how we determine that is, so a common difference in arithmetic, we took A2 minus A1, long story short. All right, in a geometric, a ratio would be A2 divided by A1. Okay, that's a quick and dirty way of kind of getting what this ratio would be. So let's take number 1 into example. Is this geometric? So we don't care if it's a difference. We are looking for this ratio. So in this particular case, the second number, A2, is -9. A1 is -3. That divides to a +3. So if these numbers do indeed keep multiplying by 3 to get to the next, then yes, it is geometric. However, if it ever falters, then no, it is not. So we start this adventure and we see times 3. So -3 times 3. Is -9. Hooray, good to go. Times 3. -27. Cool, cool, cool. Times 3. -81. Okay, so these all check out. This is all good. This means yes, this is geometric because we multiply by the number every single time, and all these numbers are the numbers that they're supposed to be. Okay, the next is we're checking to see if this is, I don't know if this is a typo, but this one's asking, is this arithmetic? Arithmetic. So that would be a common difference. So the common difference would be 6 minus 3, which is 3. So is this arithmetic, aka is this adding? So +3, so far so good. +3, uh-oh, that should be the number 9. Oops, so no, this is not arithmetic. Okay, back to the geometric. So the geometric would have a ratio, which would be 6 divided by -3. And so what we're looking to do is multiply by -2. Yes, that is geometric. Okay. Now, again, talking about the explicit formula. The explicit formula, it allows you to jump to whatever number that you want. All right. Actually, let's just do this way. Okay, let's start with the ratio that I asked. So the common ratio in this case is -3 divided by 1, which is -3. Okay. So I go to my calculator and I start with 1, okay, the first number, times -3. negative 3, times negative 3, 9, times negative 3, negative 27. Okay, so they're asking, so the common ratio is negative 3, and they're asking what are the next 3 terms? So the next term after that, and after that, and after that. You just keep multiplying by negative 3 and you're good to go. Okay, here they're going to kind of jump ahead a little bit. Okay, so they give us this explicit formula. Again, what an explicit formula allows you to do is jump to whatever number that you want. All right, so the first term is when n is 1. So that's going to be negative 3, 6 to the n minus 1. So negative 3, 6 to the n minus 1. Okay, the second term would be negative 3, 6 to the n minus 1. What I usually do is I do my mental math and I figure out that number. So mentally that's 1. So when I plug this into my calculator, I don't have to worry about like funny business going on with this exponent, and so I just type in the exponent when it's supposed to. Okay, so I see right now this has a ratio of 6. And what you'll find is that number is the number that is constant on the inside of that first parenthesis. So this ratio is 6. So I'm going to kind of cheat the system, and I'm just going to multiply by 6 a bunch of times. All right, now I'm going to use the formula one more time to figure out this last number, which is the 8th term. So what is A8? So that's going to be negative 3, 6, 8 minus 1, 8 minus 1, aka 7. So this is going to be negative 3, 6 to the 7. These numbers get kind of large. All right, so the first number is 2, 3, the 1 minus 1, or aka 0. So 2, 3 to the 0. Two, 3 to the 2 minus 1. So that's 2, 3 to the 1. And again, this was a times 3. And that's that inside number right there. So the first term is 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. I'm just going to check myself right here. Times 3 times 3. Yeah, all right. So hitting all the numbers. Okay, what's the 8th term? So that will be to the 7th power. So 2, 3 to the 7th. All right, so here we go. Common ratio. Common ratio is the second number divided by the first number. Okay, A1 is also going to be important. All right, so here we're asked to write the explicit formula. So if you look at your formula sheet, I have a geometric sequence, and the explicit formula is literally written right there for you. Okay, so just plug in everything but the letter N. All right, so here we go. Explicit formula. It says AN is equal to A1R to the N minus 1. So again, just fill in everything but the letter N. So this is going to be AN, A1, R to the N minus 1. Huzzah, there you go. And then they want you to use that formula to find the 8th number. So that'll be an exponent of 7. So that is, where's my calculator? Negative 3, 4 to the 7. So here we go. The ratio was 4. The explicit formula was negative 3, 4, n minus 1. The 8th term is negative 49,152. So just use that formula sheet. Use that formula sheet. It's good. This chapter is going to be really tough if you don't use the formula sheet. Okay, let's go ahead. Same question. Find the common ratio. That's the second number divided by the first number. Okay, it's also important that you identify the first number. The explicit formula, which is A1 R n minus 1. In essence, it implies that this is going to be 4 negative 2 to the n minus 1. And then find the 8th number. Common ratio, A1, AN, 8th term. Some of you are probably figuring out that the parentheses are pretty important in here. So don't skimp on the parentheses. Keep the parentheses where they are and actually physically use them. If you drop parentheses, a lot of times your numbers will not be accurate and they won't be what they're supposed to be.